It is nearly impossible for Iran to win this current war with America and Israel. And this is best seen with the Ayatollah, who was killed because he is probably one of the stupidest people to have ever lived. Welcome to the King Leo Show, everyone. I'm your host, King Leo. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about what I talked about last night on stream, where I've had more time to reflect on it. This is a video that's more in terms of opposition to idiots like Dave Smith, um, that kind of anti-war libertarian, as well as these lefty third worldist types like Jackson Hinkle. Listen, man, we're an analysis channel, and part of analysis is being an adult. It is accepting the world as it is, not as we would like it to be, okay? If you believe that Iran has a fighting chance against the United States, if you believe in BRICS, then congratulations, you have been conned, you have been duped, you are stupid. And it's okay, I've been conned in the past. I think we all have been conned by someone or something. But in this case in particular, man, if you still believe in Iran, in Russia, in Brazil, in any of these countries after this completely avoidable death of the Ayatollah, you are a moron and you deserve to be continually disappointed. Um, for those of you that don't know, the Ayatollah was killed with bunker buster bombs that were dropped by Israeli F 15 jets in Tehran. Now, what's interesting is, firstly, that the Ayatollah was in Tehran at all. I don't think the Ayatollah had heard of, for example, Zoom. You could be the remote Ayatollah from Russia or some other city or Kish Island somewhere where you would not be as easily targeted. But no, the Ayatollah, like Jamie Dimon or any other boomer CEO, felt the need to go into work. There's just something magical about the office, right? But in perfect Western CEO style, what he did is he decided to bring his whole family with him, and they were all killed because of this. Now, you might say, I watched some Scott Ritter. He's a genius, and he told me that the Ayatollah wanted to be martyred. Well, two things about that. The first one is that that's not true. The reason the Ayatollah was in Tehran and in a bunker that wasn't even the deepest one, it was the least safe of the bunkers, is because he wanted to do a convoy on Monday so that he could show that everything was going smoothly in Tehran. So he called all the important people and all of his family to go stay with him so that he could do a little dog and pony show and run around Tehran looking very important. The United States, where we have President Trump and J.D. Vance, who are probably nowhere near under the same amount of stress in terms of possibly being assassinated as Mr. the Ayatollah, um, they are in separate states. They are not in the same place. Okay, this is a country that, despite very minimal threats of this happening, they take precautions that you would never find in Iran. The Iranians are just, this regime is literally retarded, man. And again, so the second point, if you believe this Scott Ritter thing, then you have just proven something which I have come to understand now, which is that unfortunately, the idea that Iran is a rational actor, which a lot of libertarians pushed for a long time, Ron Paul included, as well as like the uber like tanky left, which I look, man, I agree with these guys on some things, but this is now completely this is a completely untenable position. You are telling me that the leader of a country that is at war wants to be martyred. Well, then you are no longer a rational actor. You are actually now just a death cult, to quote Douglas Murray. Okay, you've never been Dave Smith. You are a death cult. You should have just given up power. If you're willing to sacrifice yourself and go out in a blaze of glory, firstly, you should go live in the 1800s or something. This is the 21st century, okay? And America's living in the 22nd century. You are not worthy as an enemy to anyone. You are essentially a 18th century Prussian cavalry general. That's what you are. And good luck with that. Let's see how that ends. Oh, you got blown up. All right, perfect. And this I want to extend to the rest of BRICS. And I know that Iran wasn't a part of BRICS, right? BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa traditionally, with some observer states. Um, to me, this is just the ghetto countries of the world plus China. These countries, and as a Latin American, I know Brazil will never amount to anything. You have to be completely deluded to believe that. Brazil is the butt of a joke, man. We always say in Latin America, Brazil, the country of the future, and it always will be. This is a country that is stupid. Okay, they cannot manage it. Maybe it's not their fault. I don't know. It doesn't matter. And when you take into account Russia, India, you have the ghetto Avengers here, plus China. You have a autocracy in Russia that can't even win a basic war in Ukraine. You have India, the world's largest democracy, which is just double crossing everyone all the time. It's almost Turkish levels, okay? You have South Africa, a country that can't keep the lights on, and you have Brazil, a country where the last president was in jail and the president who's serving now was in jail before them. These are countries that have nothing that unites them except the fact that they are ghetto. Nothing else can unite them. And I'm not saying this is not some sort of thing about maybe some other countries are better than others because of some sort of like genetic thing. I'm not even saying that, dude. I'm half Venezuelan. Venezuela is a country that is ghetto now. That's just the way it behaves. This is a country that is not intelligent in the way it behaves. Look, man, there are poor countries like North Korea that does not behave like a ghetto country. North Korea acquired a nuke and they have been quiet ever since. That's what they do. They go, oh, this is it. And the other countries, which are smart, are the ones that just cuck. They go, okay, I'm going to be part of the Western liberal order. And all of these countries, like whether they be in Western Europe, the United States, Japan, parts of Latin America, parts of Africa, what they decide to do is they decide to join the Western world order, and they cuck, and they're all united with this desire to be democratic. And you can say, oh, that's not real or whatever. That is much more uniting than five countries, which is BRICS. One of them that is successful, and the rest of them who are just weights on the rest of any alliance that would try to work with them. Okay, if you had to make an alliance tomorrow, whether it be with, and your options were Brazil or America, you would choose America. If you had to make an alliance tomorrow and you had to choose Russia or Liechtenstein, you would choose Liechtenstein. If you didn't, you might be Jackson Hinkle. You might be stupid. You might believe in people that have proven that they are completely retarded. And in terms of Iran itself, if we don't see the actions of the Ayatollah in itself as an explanation as to why this country is retarded and irrational, look at their whole war strategy now. Their whole war strategy, unlike North Korea, which is I'm going to get a nuke so I don't have to go to war, was that they decided to produce the best value drones. The best value drone. Imagine the United States saying we're going to produce the best value jets. No, they make the best jets. That's what they do. This is a country that decided to produce value drones instead of, I don't know, acquiring a nuclear weapon. And what are they doing with them? They have told the IRGC, the SS of Iran, to go around the region, blocking ports, destroying embassies, doing all sorts of low-tier, low IQ, hostage-taking of the whole world economy. You want the Strait of Hormuz. That means you want people to starve. You want to stop 75% of oil production from moving around the world. If you are doing that, you are no longer a rational actor. If you ever were, you are suicidal. You are an idiot. Your whole goal in life is to just make the world a more difficult place for people to live in. You did not have an actual defense strategy. You have attacked Oman, which has been your ally. You have attacked diplomatic missions. And you can always say, oh, America's done the same things, or Israel has done even worse. That's fine. This country, though, if we look at it in the vacuum, which is how the majority of people, the average person is going to look at when they go to the gas pump and they make the connection that Iran has been blowing up tankers, so gas has gone up $2. That is they are going to make the conclusion that this is not a state. This is a bunch of terrorists that have an ability to just be annoying. And for that reason, if you side with BRICS or Iran, I'm not telling you who to side with, but I'm just telling you, look, man, I'm not, this is analysis. I'm not telling you who to side with. I'm not telling you who's right and who's wrong. But what I am telling you is this country, Iran, is a country that has proven to anyone who is unbiased that they are the poorest planners in the world. They just want to blow themselves up into smithereens becoming a cartoon of Cuba during the missile crisis. And I mean, dude, if you want to do Cuba 62 in 2026, more power to you. You're going to look insane, and you already do. So that's what I have to say here. The Ayatollah was an idiot. Iran has a very low chance of winning this, in my opinion. You are going to further make people buckle down and say, hey, why would we even try to negotiate with you if your strategy is to hold the world's food supply hostage? And they in a lot of ways, man, you deserve to lose if you behave that stupidly. North Korea has behaved smartly. You have behaved stupidly, and you're going to get all the shills, all the Dave Smiths, all of these libertarians, these tankies, telling you things that, in my opinion, don't make a lot of sense, man. And I'm not even coming at it from a political angle. You can hate America, but you cannot make sense of the actions of this stupid regime and its stupid leadership. With that, everybody, be sure you prove you're not a bot and like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys tonight on stream.